first down. Allen is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And 5 at the Bills' 19-yard line.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. This is Harris. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
11-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flushed out right. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
John Simon in on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Singletary. That's good.
We're scoreless after 1.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
Another Bills.
Here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 68 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give him some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Patriots, nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On the ground, Michel. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Cam throwing complete here to Edelman. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it here. This is James White. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the ground is Michel. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A play fake to Michel, now Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
3rd and long.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. He's brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Allen. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
The Bills send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Patriots take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Number 26.
Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
That second down play nets a -4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Devin McCourty brings him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
1-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Edelman there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Newton out wide. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run. This is White. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll toss to Harris. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
Pass intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now following the interception, here's Newton to Michel on the screen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.
Got rich again, just a little hiccup. I live it ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat grits. How did the lady go missing? How she magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it. Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that can do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need a Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said
Spoke to a guy with a mask. Was spoke to a guy with a plan. I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I. Things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I? I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
I don't be with me so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, I get ready to told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish, masterpiece. Body, body, young. Hey,
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want parts of your wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, body, young. Hey,
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And that one will bounce out of the back.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now Breeze on third down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. Here we go with Kamara. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And the Saints, first down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot. As he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
On the carry.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A gain of 14.
Running with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there.
Alvin Kamara, the ball carrier.
A tackle made by K.J. Wright. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Play. 2nd and 10. At the 30.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
He's across midfield.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
7. First down, New Orleans.
Breeze now on 1st down. Finding Taysom Hill complete.
Breeze.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Montgomery, the ball carrier. DJ Reed on the tackle. A gain of 12. And the Saints, first down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Seahawks 7, Saints nothing.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
The carry for New
2
Orleans.
yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
On the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Jared Cook.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Breeze.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Down at the 28-yard
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 70 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 39-yard line.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts,
Alvin Kamara.
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
New Orleans.
Breeze now. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders.
Breeze pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
2nd and 4.
And he will find his man on the outside. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st down, Saints.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Buying time to his left. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Seahawks 11-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze looking for his running back, and he's got it. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Is good.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. On first down, Carson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
on the carry.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Metcalf. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 9.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Again, Wilson. Dancing to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, and ends up going for negative play.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Look for the big chunk now, because as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Saints 6.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. To throw, it's Breeze. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And he bats it away.